Hello and welcome to another edition of Gambler Anonymous, episode number 16, of 2016. This week, completely cut up. This week saw an abysmal run keep on running with more losses in a row than I have ever seen in my whole time of betting. But a positive has developed and was probably necessary to uncover in order to continue. That positive is overbetting, or rather the realization of it. It is not a particularly difficult thing to spot or even to devise a plan to fix it, but putting it into action and sticking to it is. I have had this issue in the past before, and it usually occurs when trying to do too much and then trying to look for winners where there aren't any. So whilst running a website, vlog and posting on social media doesn't appear to be all that time consuming, especially to those who have never done it before. It is, and affects a lot of your life and you don't often realize it. It has obviously affected my tips, but at least I have realized it and can do something about it. And that thing is, obviously, less tips, or less risky tips. Fatigue affects everyone, and it is no different for a professional gambler, but it can be worse for a gambler of any level, as it can lead to really bad places if you allow it. Just look at how quickly it took over my results. In 1 week I had lost all of the hard work that I had put in, along with the profits that I had made, and then the run continued, and effectively still does. It's a tough gig, and a cruel one, but I have a few things on my side, and one of them is my records of results. I know the last day of the season is always tricky, but I should have been prepared not to get involved. I wasn't, and it proved detrimental. Then cup games came into effect, and I am usually an advocate for not getting involved with them as of their unpredictable nature. I should have heeded my own advice. But for whatever reason, whether it was feeling a need to post tips to meet followers' demands, or whether it was chasing losses whilst convincing myself that I wasn't, I was soon in a bad place, and worse still, possibly put others in that same dark place. So I have realized that I have a new set of mental obstacles to overcome that are in the form of trying to run a business whilst being a professional gambler. It's a little tougher than I previously envisioned, but I also think that the toughest part of it was realizing that, and now I think I will be a lot better off for it. But let's analyze the data. My target cylinder is looking a little empty. Well, okay, it is empty, but up until last week it was filling up nicely. So what happened? Looking at just domestic league results and then just cup results, there isn't a lot of difference, but my results plummet in both. Taking just European results shows that they also plummet in May, but it appears to be a trend in every other month as well, so not betting in European markets from now on should save some time, effort and money. No, having said I don't usually advocate cup games, they have actually made a significant profit for me. In fact, it is the only category out of League, European and cup games that has. But I decided to drill down into why April seemed to be more successful than the other months. I devised two separate sets of data as it makes it easier to represent rather than having them all on one sheet. The first shows each month's profit and loss, average starting price and average odds. As can be seen, the month of April has the lowest starting price average and the second highest average odds. If we now look at the other data set, we can see that month of April also had the highest win rate with 42%. It is no coincidence that the month with the lowest starting price had the highest win rate, and having the second highest odds average gave the month a very healthy 16% return on investment, which actually produced an overall profit until last week. It seems that May was just a freak month with a 26% win rate, whereas the other months show around a 40% win rate. So decreasing the starting price of selections to increase the hit rate whilst obtaining decent odds should see a steady flow of profit. The hit rate should also be helped by being more careful with selections and not forcing them, like last week. As demoralizing as it is to lose the momentum, it helps to have results to look back on and put it all into perspective, as things don't seem so bad after analysis. This is an important tool in any gambler's arsenal. Upcoming games are few and far between, with world friendlies taking hold for Euro 2016 and the Champions League final. I would advise to stay away from, as I don't think any advantage can be gained there, although a draw looks possible, and likely the way cup games have been going recently. As ever, be sure to follow on Twitter at Gamblonymous for all the latest in-play tips and updates. Please like the Gambler Anonymous Facebook page and +1 the Gambler Anonymous Google Plus page to make sure you never miss a post and receive the latest advice. Hit the subscribe button here to help support the Gambler Anonymous YouTube channel. That lets me know that you're interested in the content so that I will keep posting. Also, feel free to leave a comment and remember to hit that like button. And be sure to sign up on the Gambler Anonymous website for extra content, updates and notifications of the latest upcoming posts. As always, gamble responsibly, as to not, is to lose. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.
Invest in the game.